Hello Lisa, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of ours. You guys are the real MVP. Please, I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share where this pan-colored woman was actually seen being so discriminatory. And this was not really sitting well for a lot of people, and I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, want to just share this video, leave your thought, and let's dive into it.
That was rude. Nadia Boucher?
I debated on speaking upon this because I know there's so many people out there that just cannot wrap their little bitty brains around the fact that this whole situation right here was wrong and honestly, definitely color driven, but we're gonna get into it. If you have a biracial child, please, coming from a biracial child, please stop placing your children in predominantly white areas, predominantly white schools, predominantly white sports. Please allow them to be around both sides of their culture, okay? You can't get offended by what I'm saying, okay? You should get offended at the fact that the world has to be that way. You should be offended at the fact that what I'm saying is really true, regardless of if anybody wants to admit that or not. And before I say this, I just want to say that if you're not biracial, you really can't argue with anything that I'm saying, because if you're not biracial, you've never grown up experiencing being biracial, okay? So this is coming from somebody that's biracial. As an adult, you get used to it. You know who to surround yourself with and what shit you should and should not deal with. But as a child, they literally don't know any better. And being biracial in general, you get hate from both sides. You're not white enough for the white folk, you're not black enough for the black folk. So you really got to be in your own little bubble. And because of that, you really have to place your children in situations where they will feel comfortable all around, or at least have a better chance of being comfortable with one group or this group or that group versus totally being the outsider or the only different one. This is a prime example of that. Y'all cannot convince me. Nobody could pay me $1 million to change my mind on the fact that her leaving her out of this hug was not intentional. She knew what she was doing, and it's not that she forgot, it's not that it was a mistake, it's not that she didn't see her, it's that she didn't want to, period, point blank. It ain't like it's a whole crowd of 26 girls. Now if she's hugging the whole stage, I could see if she forgets one or two. This is 4 little girls, you know what I'm saying? And then once you hug them and you realize, oh, she's right there, I would give her her own hug if it was genuinely an accident. Shit like this just makes me so mad, because I've dealt with situations like this my whole life, especially starting at a kid, like starting at a young age, going through shit like this. It damn near be traumatizing, because when it happens over and over and over, you'll really start to be like, damn, what do I do? Who do I fuck with? Who do I talk to? Who do I, you know? And unfortunately, it all just comes down to the simple fact that when they're not used to being around biracial or black children, yes, their mindset is totally different, because they're not used to having to watch what they say, or why certain things can be offensive, or why certain things like this would get looked at how we're looking at it, because they're not used to that. They don't ever have to change their thinking or alter their ways or start understanding something different than what they're used to or what they were taught or what they're always around. Y'all get what I'm putting down? But this is why things like this continue to happen, because nobody speaks up and nobody makes the people feel and understand why shit like this is foul, why shit like this can be detrimental to the character of somebody growing up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what they say, you reap what you sow. And sometimes it don't come back on you. It can come back on kids. It can come back on family members. So I just hope that whatever energy she's secretly putting out into the world, to these kids, to people, I hope she's ready to deal with that shit, because it come back tenfold every time.
Hey, just wanted to give a little update on that whole dance expression studio situation where the teacher went and hugged the 3 white kids and left out the little mixed girl named Shania. So someone who apparently knows the teacher, Nadia, decided to comment on my post, leaving 3 paragraphs of comments saying like, oh, I know the teacher personally. It was an accident. The whole thing was an accident. Didn't even really explain how it was an accident, but was just like trying to defend the teacher. So I asked her, please explain to me, number one, how that was an accident, and also explain to me why this teacher is not explaining this herself. Why is she apparently sending other people like you to do the explaining for her? That doesn't make any sense. She's a grown woman. She should be able to speak for herself. What the girl responded with was, well, you try hugging multiple kids at the same time on a stage where there's all these lights and so many things going on, and how is that an excuse? She could see all 4 kids standing on stage, right? She knew all 4 kids were, she's the dance teacher. She knew who was in the dance. She has eyes. She can see all 4 kids were standing on stage. And how was she able to simultaneously hug 3 kids with no problem, no matter what was going on behind her, but just so happened to leave out the mixed girl, the only other kid standing on the freaking stage? That's not an excuse. That doesn't make it an accident. If that's the excuse that y'all have, that is the worst excuse that I've ever heard of. Lo and behold, though, this lady, I woke up to her comments being deleted. So she deleted all her comments. So once again, I'm asking the teacher, Nadia, to explain herself. Don't send your friends or anybody that knows you to explain for you, because that, all the respect that anybody could have had for you is probably already lost after that situation, but especially now that you don't even have the balls to come out here and explain why you did that. Probably because there is no explanation, right? Probably because you did do it on purpose, right? But I need you to explain.
So I just watched the video of the Expressions Dance School with the Nadia Boucher woman. I've said this before, and I will start this video by saying it again. As someone who is a light-skinned black woman, and I am the mother to a little girl who is brown, it is very important that people come to the realization that when your children look different than you, they will lead different lives. Just because you are able to walk into a space and never feel uncomfortable does not mean the same for your child. And I will say this to every white woman who decides that they want to procreate with somebody outside of their race. Please know that your child will not, okay? Now, I'm not gonna say probably, will not be welcomed in every room that you are welcomed in, okay? Let's start there. So important to have your children around people that look like them. And that's the reason why so many biracial kids go through identity crisis. They don't know how to identify, okay? That little girl needs to be in a school with people who look like her. Sad to say, but look at the condition of the world. Look at the condition of the United States. Look at the president, baby. How many people voted for him? That says a lot about this country, okay? That lady did that shit. That shit was disrespectful. What I will say is that the mother of that little girl, she's standing on her 10. She's standing on her business. And I love that. I love that, as you should. Don't sweep nothing under the rug. Keep pushing. Post the video again. Post it again. Post it again. Post it on every social media platform you have. Make a statement, because what she did was disgusting. It was. And she gonna get hers. By hook or by crook. Because God protects babies. That he does. That he does, okay? So, but you know, maybe it's best that you put her somewhere with other little kids that look like her. You know? Sometimes that's what it calls for. Sad to say that you can't just put your kids somewhere and just, you know, but that shit was gross.
I'm gonna need Dance Expression Studio to explain why their teacher purposely did not hug the biracial girl that was standing on stage with the rest of the dance crew. So let me just back up. There was this teacher who, her 4 students had done a dance, and the announcer asked, hey, so who's your teacher? Bring her on stage. They pointed her out and said, oh, she's over there. So the teacher comes on stage, right? There are 4 kids and they're all standing in a line, okay? And at the end of the line is this beautiful, cute little biracial girl. And so the teacher comes on stage, right? She goes in to hug the kids, and she only hugs the 3 white kids. The biracial girl is on the end. She She goes in for the hug and nearly falls over because the teacher didn't hug her. She hugged the other 3 children simultaneously and left the black girl out. And you could hear in the audience them saying, "Aw," as if to say, like, why did she not hug the girl on the end? Like, what the hell? If you haven't seen that video to know what I'm talking about, go watch it and you'll understand why it's freaking infuriating. Like, that is the meanest thing I've seen in a long time. That was so mean. I feel so bad for that little girl. And then for the mom to come out and say, "Oh, I brought it up as soon as we were backstage and my 2 daughters got kicked out of the dance studio." She also said the studio released a statement as if to blame her, the mom, for what happened. I would like for this teacher to explain herself. I want to hear how are you going to explain what you did to that little girl?
Nadia Boucher, why did you run yourself up on that stage and hug all them kids but one? You had that one little baby that tried to give you a hug and almost failed trying to give you a hug, and you ignored her. I know you seen her. She was right there with the rest of the kids. Ain't no way you gonna hug 5 other children and you got one standing there. We're not having that. You better come out and you better give her a hug. It's deeper than a hug. It's not about the hug. It's who you are. It's your character as a dance teacher. You should not be around children if you're going to exclude children because of what they look like. Because we all know what you did. And what you did was wrong. And you owe her and her family an apology. You owe everybody an apology because you was wrong for that. And we're not having that. So go run up there and apologize like you ran up there to hug them other kids. And you know you felt her touch you. And if not, you will feel me touch you.
So as a mixed girl myself, I really feel for that little girl that was up on stage with that Nadia Boucher dance teacher, whatever her name is, where she hugged the 3 little white girls and then kind of ignored the little mixed girl. I saw it and I was kind of at a loss for words because it was obvious what happened, and the fact that she is trying to make it seem like an accident, absolutely ridiculous. I can't even imagine how that little girl's mother must feel. But I know if it was me, I'd be doing everything in my power to make sure that lady never taught dance again, especially to little kids. Discrimination is not something we're born with. It's something we're taught. So my advice to anybody who is allowing her to teach their child is to get far, far away.
Nadia Boucher, you wrong. You a racist piece of shit. If I was that little girl's mom, I would sue you. Because you was wrong. You hugged all the white little kids, but you didn't hug the mixed little girl. Yeah, you wrong. And you know you wrong. That's why y'all deactivated y'all page.
How dare you do that to a baby? How dare you? Do y'all know how fast I would have been on that stage? How dare you do that to that baby? Oh, I'm hot. So I did some digging on Miss Nadia. Now keep in mind, when you Google Nadia, her profile is going to come up, right? Oh, but you deactivated the Instagram. Okay. So I'll go back and Google Nadia Boucher Dance Expressions. The book page pops up, right? Dance Expressions deactivated their Facebook page. And although you can deactivate a Facebook page, you're never going to deactivate your actual website. But before we get there, I pulled up this Dance Expressions, right? They said, look, baby, did I see this viral video? We in Texas. They in Connecticut. Thank you for telling me that, because this confirmed the actual website and the location of this business. And let's meet the talent. This is Phyllis Boucher. Don't know her. Are you the mama or the sister of Nadia Boucher? We don't know. This is Nadia Boucher. This is Dance Expressions of Connecticut. Yo, what that say? SPED teacher, what that mean? She's a special education teacher. No, y'all, for real, she's a special education teacher. And my concern is that you're doing this to a verbal child who can speak. What are you doing to children who cannot speak? Huh? Quickly. And Nadia, baby, you lucky I'm smart. I'm not gonna put where you work, because ain't nobody finna litigate me. But you got your school district And your school got some explaining to do to all of them children's parents. Come join us and dance. No, Dance Expressions of Connecticut. This is violence. And when we talk about white women being violent, you like literally look at her. Nadia Boucher, as if she didn't just do something extremely violent to a baby. And then to act like you don't even want to touch her, I can't imagine what she was going through behind the scenes. I'm going to say it like this. Please stop subjecting your mixed and black kids to this. Please stop putting them in things where they are surrounded by people who do not look like. That baby has so much more emotional control that I would have even as a mother. And to expect our children to have that high level of emotional control when faced with such bigotry is just... I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around this. If you are going to have a child with a black person, it is your job to not subject your child to your own demographics bigotry. If you are going to lay down with a black individual, it is your job as the non-black individual to ensure that you protect your child from your demographics bigotry. And if you are a black person procreating and having children with someone that is not black, it is your job to protect your child from the demographic that you slept with, from their bigotry. It is y'all's job as parents to protect your children, and it is the jobs of these administrations, of these institutions, to protect these babies from teachers like this so that this does not happen. And unfortunately, because it's systematically set up this way, this is never going to stop. So what are you going to do to protect your children is the question that I have. What are you going to do to protect your phenotypically black children? What? And as a content creator who talks about racial issues and blackness and being proud of being black, I get so many nasty comments that y'all don't see because they're either filtered out and I delete them and I block. But I get so many nasty comments, and a lot of those comments talk about you reaching. I guarantee you people gonna think that I said that me being irate about this is reaching. That y'all gonna really think that this is not violence. Y'all gonna really think that white women don't do this to black children and to black people all the time and that they're not violent. This is violence. And I'm not posting this video to be bashful towards them.
Like, seriously, lovelies, this whole thing, and the most annoying part is the fact that this lady in question is actually looking for donation, like people to support or sponsor her academy and all of that. You are looking for such people. You are looking for people to invest or to donate or whatsoever your interest might be. But you're already showing the kind of person that you are. Like, how could you do that to someone so little as that? Just imagine her wanting to also hug her. And she was like, at first, I thought that maybe she never knew what was happening, or maybe she didn't see her reaching out to hug her. Like, oh my goodness, this Karen's been doing this over and over again. Like, this is not actually the first time I have seen something like this. Something like this also happened during one Olympic stage that I also stitched here. Like, you want people to invest, you want people to help out, but you are showing the kind of person you are. And she was so quick to go delete her Instagram handle. That means she knows exactly what she's doing. Because if you are so enough not to understand you, or maybe, okay, you didn't see her, and what have you, you are meant to maybe come out and explain yourself. But she quickly go to her Instagram page to delete her page, and they are all, when you are someone that has this reactions towards you, you can never ever hide that character. You can never hide that characteristic. One way or the other, it will surely show. Look at that little girl. She was all happy, reaching out, and this woman ruined everything for her. How do you think that she will actually feel? And coupled with the fact that, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, there is this particular stage I was supposed to even put up here. That aside, a black woman who happens to, you know, body flight, I think it's a first class. She was actually dragged out and reported because they said she looked like it. She looked at a pan-colored woman, some type of way. Like, it's as if when we think that things are getting better, people are beginning to understand, all of a sudden, we are going backwards. All of a sudden, it's as if like we need to keep on saying the same thing over and over again. They give you the they keep making you to keep repeating the same thing. You know, this particular video actually reminds me of this Karen who decided that, oh, she was going to be real sis, and at the end of the day, she lost her job. Like, it's not as if they're not on the social platform, they're not online, they don't know what is happening. That you need to heal, like, you need to be a good person. You need to be a good person to be a leader. Like, you need to be a good person to actually, the other day, yesterday, I posted a video about King Kong. Oh my God. Like, it's just like, it's keep on repeating. Even when we keep stitching and try to call it out, like, oh my God, what you're doing is not nice. They don't care. They don't care. They get this satisfaction when they hurt your feelings. Even if you want to be nice. This is the reason why people that look like me are standing down. This is why they don't feel comfortable in your space, because you might be pretending to like someone, but deep inside of you, you don't like this person, and all of a sudden you start showing this characteristic of not liking this person, and this is just exactly what happened. She's even a biracial, so oh my goodness. The fact that this have to be someone like a little baby, that is what just, why? Like, why? What happened to, like, oh, maybe giving her a hug as well? You saw that she was reaching, even if you didn't see it, and later on, you could just reach out. That is how a mother needs to think. And for you to be in charge of, little ones like this, you really need to have a heart of a mother. You need to learn how to be accepting. Like, you need to learn how to love unconditional. Don't carry all of your Ray and sis shenanigans into your business. Like, anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you've not subscribed, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. Wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.